welcome back to my channel. Tonight's reading is going to be for the Hunter's Moon, the full Hunter's Moon that is tonight. So I really wanted to do a tarot oracle reading for you guys for the full moon, just like I did for the new moon, just to kind of see what's in your energy. So for the new moon, it was all about intentions, manifestation, new beginnings, all of that. And the full moon is really about reflecting, looking inward and things like that. Because this is the full Hunter's Moon in October, it's very extra powerful because the veil is thinning and all of that, and it's a wonderful time to do shadow work, wonderful time to call on those that you have on the other side for assistance, help, guidance, all of that. Okay, so at this time, I'm going to just cleanse the area a little bit with some incense. And while I'm doing this, I want you to take some time and kind of focus on the pile that is immediately drawing you in. If there's a card back that you like, don't worry. All three cards shown will be in everybody's reading, if that makes sense, or all decks, I should say. So just take a deep breath and think about what you want to focus on inward, the energy coming up for the full moon for you. Oh. It wouldn't be a reading with me if I didn't almost burn my house down. So I just burnt my altar cloth a little bit. That's all right. Whatever pile immediately draws you in is usually the correct answer. If the messages don't resonate with you, that's okay. You can watch the rest of the video. You can kind of let your mind pick up on the messages that do resonate with you. So with that being said, this is pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. And we will start off with pile number 1 now. All right, so if you picked pile number 1, this is for you. I've picked out 3 cards. One is the oracle. This is going to be the focus of the message. And then I have 2 tarot cards that we will use to kind of clarify the situation, whatever it may be. I did get a comment on one of my previous videos. I think it was the new moon video about how somebody liked that I don't use a bunch of cards. And yeah, I'm still, you know, learning how to do cartomancy and things like that. And I don't know, I don't want to overwhelm anybody with a bunch of different cards. I just kind of want to focus on the message. So cauldron, we have containment as the main focus here. And then we have the tower card. Okay. And we have the 4 of bats. All right, so this is the oracle card. I want to read out of the guidebook for this one because I really love this guidebook. It's from the Witch's Wisdom Oracle cards, and I really want to read what the guidebook says about this cauldron card because I really love what they usually say. So, so the foresight would be, there is important information missing. Someone is hiding something from you. Don't make your move until you have all the details. Harness and nurture your natural gifts. The world is not ready for what you have to offer. Wait until the time is right. And there's Witch's Wisdom here. It says, whilst you are bubbling over with anticipation to share with the world, you are advised to keep a lid on things, for the time to come out is not yet right. That which you hold within is to be contained for a while longer. So for now, just allow all that you know and feel to simmer gently. Boiling over will not serve you, and you just may get your fingers burnt. Instead, Cauldron asks that you use this as a time for nurturing and preparation. The feast is promised, although newly required ingredients that have not yet been presented to you need to first be stirred into the pot. Only when you add these fresh additions will you be ready. Be patient, for the signal to move forward will appear in good time. Only then, my dear, can you serve up that which the world will be ready and willing to accept. Beautiful. Okay, so the cauldron card, containment, holding it all in. The cauldron to me represents creation, new beginnings, things like that. And okay, let's talk about this. This is from the Halloween Tarot. This card for all 3 readings from this deck flew out of the deck. So for this, I like barely got to shuffling the deck, and this card was like, nope, this, I want to come out of the deck. So this is a very important message, like this wanted to be said. So the 4 bats or the 4 swords is about resting. You can see the little pumpkin man. He's a knight. He's resting there. If you look at the containment card, like holding things in, it's not the right time to kind of say what you're feeling, to come out with whatever it is that you want to do or want to say. So this is definitely telling you to wait, rest, focus, nurture, like the oracle card was saying, was to nurture, rest, focus on yourself, things like that. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room here. We have the Tower card. This is the Wild Hunt from the Green Witch Tarot, but in traditional tarots, it's the Tower. The Tower card is all about destruction. So it's about the foundation having to come down to be able to rebuild and make something new. So my initial kind of feeling to this is that you're already in this tower moment. We all have tower moments in life. The world feels like it's crashing around us. It feels like everything's falling apart. It feels like the world's ending, right? And for me, I feel like if you look at the layout of the cards as past, present, future, which I didn't intend for that, but that's kind of what I'm feeling intuitively, that you already have had or are in this tower moment, this reconstruction, this rebuilding. Everything's kind of coming to an end. But the reason that this happens is because the foundation was wrong. What we built our life on or whatever, it was wrong. It needed to come down for us to be able to rebuild. And so I really think that that's where this Cauldron card is coming into play, because it is not the right time for your new ideas and what you want to say and all that to come out and come to the surface, because you're still in this tower moment, tower part of life. And once this is over is when it's time to start a new project, voice your opinion, come out with what you want to say. But right now, because you're in this tower moment and they're coming to an end as far as the deconstruction part is coming to an end. So this is going to be over very soon. But while this is happening, while it feels like the world is ending, it's a beautiful time to rest, focus inward, do shadow work, think about what you want to say, what you want to do. It's about, like the guidebook said for this card, it's time to nurture, harness your gifts and your talents and work on that. And this also could indicate, like the guidebook was saying, that somebody could be hiding something from you. Like, if something's wrong with your relationships, or you feel like somebody's cheating on you or cheating you in some way, now is not the time to come out with what you know. It's time to gather information. So I'm also feeling that side of it is kind of like lurking in the shadows of, like, if somebody is not being honest with you, don't confront them right now. It's time to kind of gather all the information before you come at them. And I think it's important in any situation where you feel like somebody's wronged you or somebody's cheating you, cheating on you, tricking you, whatever it is, it's important to look at all the facts, look at what you do know, what you don't know. And when you approach the person or approach the situation, you'll have a clearer kind of understanding of what you want to say to them. And yeah, so I think that's really important. So it's important for you to work on things inside. Okay, don't voice. It's not the time to voice your opinions, come out with what you're doing, tell other people. A lot of time when we're working on things and we're excited and we tell the wrong person, they're not always like excited for us, and it can kind of damper our work or our creativity or our dreams. Like, it kind of makes us not want to work on something as hard. So that's also the energy I'm getting, is like, don't share with people right now, because you might get people that are doubting you, doubting what you want to do. So wait until you feel like 100% confident in what you're doing to start sharing with other people. So that's what I'm getting from this reading. So kind of like two different paths we can take with this, but I feel like both of them are relevant. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of your reading for the Hunter's Moon. I just noticed that this says Wild Hunt and it's Hunter's Moon. Perfect. Let me know what you guys thought. If it resonated with you, please comment down below. I love to hear feedback. And yeah, if you want a personal reading from me, I do offer them in the description box down below. But yeah, I'm going to move on to reading number 2 now. Hello, group number 2. If you picked this pile, then this reading is for you. I just want to say that this is the main card that we're going to be focusing on for the reading. So I have this oracle card. So we have Hex or Banishment. And then I have 2 tarot cards over here that we're going to use as like clarifying cards. So we have the Page of Chalices and the Chariot. So for the Witch's Wisdom card, I have been reading from the guidebook because I really love this guidebook, and I think it's nice to read from the guidebook. So this says, Hex comes as a warning sign for you to be wary of unwanted energies that are being directed your way. Whether you have felt drained of late or have experienced a prickly feeling, you can be sure that when Hex turns up, you have some vital banishing to do. Be sure to check in with your feelings so that you can determine what or who is sucking the life force out of you or directing negative energy your way. Do not be fearful. Instead, be strong and turn any negativity into positive personal power. This is a time for you to take a stand and to say no more. Look more deeply into situations and don't take so much on face value. Tread carefully and keep watch for enemies who lurk in the shadows. Your discernment right now gives you a second sight, so trust your instincts and go for the kill. Hex urges you to release, get rid of, and banish anything that prevents you from walking your true path. You are protected when you heed this omen. Ignore it at your peril. Someone is not who you think they are. Your energy is being drained by another's negative behavior. Beware of jealousy. Choose friends wisely. Look deeper into an offer or situation. Something is too good to be true, or time to walk away. Woo! A lot. I noticed with the last reading and this one, it seems that the Witch's Wisdom cards are coming out with more shadowy cards, which it makes sense. The universe is funny this way. We were talking about how the full moon is about reflecting, shadow work, looking inwards, looking at the shadowy parts of ourselves. And so I think it's funny that the shadowy cards are coming out, which is fine. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the Hex card here in a minute. So we have the Page of Chalices over here. All right, so I'm getting a lot. The Page of Chalices I'm getting as the energy of you. So those of you watching, I'm getting the feeling that you're like an empath or somebody who's very emotional. You feel things and you feel them hard. You feel them intensely. Emotional, sensitive. And those are not bad things by any means. I am the same way. I would describe myself as this card as well. And so it's easy for people to take advantage of you in that way, like emotionally. And they might not even know that they're doing it. They might be sucking the life out of you. And they don't even realize that they're doing that. Usually people that do that do not realize what they're doing or don't care. We can go that way too. So it really makes sense that you have this Hex card. Like it feels like somebody's draining the life force out of you. Feels like negative energy because you feel things like that. So I'm getting the energy of this being you. Kind of like a naive energy as well. Like maybe you don't realize that somebody around you is doing this to you, causing you anxiety and feeling like you're being drained of your life. So I think it's really important for you to take a step back and look at the people around you. Something's draining you. It could be, I'm getting the feeling of another person, but it could be a project or something else. But my initial instinct is person. Somebody is taking advantage of your kindness, your sensitivity, and all of that. And again, I don't necessarily feel that it's malevolent, like it's on purpose. Like I feel like maybe somebody's going through a hard time in your life and they're kind of really leaning on you at this time. But to the point where it's like taking advantage of you and your feelings and your sensitivity. And I feel like a lot of people throw around the word empath, but those of us who genuinely are and can feel the energies in the room or energies of other people, the feelings of other people, it's really draining. And sometimes we don't even realize it, because a lot of us who are empathetic of other people's feelings are very caring towards them and want to help them. And so it's, you know, it's a double-edged sword there. So I feel like it's time for you to, during this time, distance yourself. Like, don't take some time to be by yourself. There are certain like cleansing rituals and things that you can do to kind of rest and recharge, and I feel like this is a time for you to do that. So yeah, it's time for you to really step away from people. Those in your life that have been kind of relying on you emotionally, I'm not saying like cut them off completely, but just let them know and be honest. Like, I need some time for myself. I need some time to recharge my energy, things like that. So yeah, there's several different ways. I would encourage you to Google ways to kind of cleanse other people's energy off of you. You can take a ritual bath. You can use sage to kind of cleanse your aura. Whatever it is that you feel most comfortable doing. And I take this card as like a very much like a wake-up call. Like, you need to distance yourself. And I feel like banishment is a little bit of like a strong word here. Like, that's not the vibe I'm getting in the situation particularly. Like, I just think it's time for you to distance yourself for a little bit. And then, so we have the Chariot card over here, which I love that this card's here, because to me it's indicating that you'll be triumphant over this situation. You'll be renewed, ready to go. Like, he's in his little hearse. He's ready to go drive in the town. You know what I mean? So I think that this is an opportunity for you to really look at that side of yourself. Do a lot of research about empaths, energy draining, things like that. So that's kind of like my little homework for you for this Hunter's Moon, is to do research about empaths, all of that kind of stuff, because that's the energy I'm getting, is that that's who you are. And I don't know if you've necessarily realized that or have done a lot of research on that, and that's where I'm getting like that naive kind of thing from. But once you do this, you're gonna have a way better time, and you'll be able to go help people, or you won't get as drained and depleted, because you'll know how to recharge. You'll know how to take time for yourself. So that's where I'm getting this Chariot card, very triumphant over this. Kind of like I'm getting that you'll be like the master of your emotions. Like, you will understand them. You will be able to understand when you need to take a step back, things like that. So that's where like taking control, you know, taking control of the car, like this pumpkin guy is, and that's like taking control of you, your emotions, your life. So that's what I'm getting from this. So very strong reading. I feel like this is kind of for me in a way. Like, I resonated with a lot of this that I was kind of channeling. So let me know if you guys resonated with this reading. I love to hear feedback. If you want a personal reading from me, I do offer them in the description box down below on my Etsy. But yeah, with that being said, I love you guys so much, and we'll move on to group number 3. All right, group number 3. If you picked this pile, this reading is for you. I've been doing the Oracle card as kind of like the main energy of the reading, and then we have 2 tarot cards that I'm using as like clarifiers. So the main energy we have is Yule, which is rebirth. Beautiful. I love that. And so we have the 10 of Swords and the 8 of Pumpkins. All right, love it already. So what I've been doing for the Oracle card is I've been reading from the Witch's Wisdom guidebook, because I absolutely love this deck. And I think the guidebook has a lot to say that I really think is valuable. So I have been reading that for the readings, and then we go from there. So for Yule, it says, like the celebrated midwinter sun, it's time to make your ascent. You are growing stronger, and an exalted journey awaits. Yule honors the return of the sun's power, a celebration of its rebirth. Your battle has been won, and you can take your deserved place next to the winning Oak King, who reigns supreme at Yule over the Holly King, until they meet again at the solstice of summer. So spruce yourself up, for Yule brings great news of impending rebirth, for a new way of life is just around the corner. Rebirth can come in many forms, such as heading in a new direction, a promotion, a new job, new perception, empowerment, or enhanced connection with the old ways. Whatever it is you've been asking for comes to pass when Yule arrives. So be expectant and positive as rebirth accompanies you through to the other side, where you will emerge wiser and stronger than ever before. And then they have a little section that says, which is foresight. Your past is truly behind you. The difficulties you've endured have made you stronger and wiser. A new way of life beckons. Shine your light brightly. Your wishes and dreams are coming true. Relax in front of a log fire. Beautiful. This reading. Oh, so good. I love it. It's so clear. Okay, so Yule, rebirth. I'm looking, this is kind of the energy I've been getting today of the readings, past and future, kind of. I wasn't intending for this to be the past and this to be the future, but usually when you're doing a past, present, future reading, that's kind of how you read it. So I'm reading this card over here as past or like recent past. So we have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is all about finality. In the typical card, you see a person laying on the ground with 10 swords in their back, and it feels like the end, rock bottom. So the Ten of Swords, to me, rock bottom. You've hit the bottom. So, I mean, when you hit rock bottom, there's only one place you can go, which is up. So, Ten of Swords, rock bottom. You've had a really hard past. And so the reason that the rebirth card is coming up is because you've had this horrible kind of time in your life, right? Because we can't have a rebirth without a death. So Ten of Athames in a way is like the death card, because it's the finality, it's an ending, it's the end of a really bad time. So I love that we have this rebirth card because it's showing that this is over. It's a rebirth time. It's a time for new ideas, new beginnings, like just all this good stuff coming, because I feel like you've had this really horrible time in your recent past. Like you could still be in it, but just know that it's ending, it's over, and everything's gonna be up from here. Just look at this as like the wheel of fortune is up. It's in your favor. I mean, everybody goes through hard times and good times, so you are on the upswing, so things are going to be going good for you. We have this ending, finality, feels like the end of the world. Okay, so we have this death and this rebirth. So this rebirth, this is going to be like you right now. You're going to have all these new ideas. With an ending, you always think of like new things that can happen, right? When the end of a relationship happens, yes, excuse me, it takes time to heal. It takes time to reflect on the situation. Okay, but like when it's over, you kind of think, all right, well, where can I go from here? Like, what do I want for the future for myself? End of a job, you know, you're thinking about like new jobs. What do you really want to do? It works in any situation. So rebirth, it's all about new beginnings, new starts. And I feel like, for some reason, I feel like this is kind of regarding like a job situation, because of the Eight of Pumpkins over here. So we have the Eight of Pumpkins. We have this little guy working on all his little jack-o'-lanterns, and he's mastering it. Like, he is the master of carving these pumpkins, you know? He's doing it over and over and over again to be able to hone his skills. And so this I'm taking as like future, where you're going to go from here. So yeah, I'm getting very much like work energy or something with your career or like what you want to do with your life. So with this rebirth, I'm seeing very bright future of you becoming a master of what it is that you want to do. Mastering it. I'm sorry, this I don't know why making it your bitch just came. I am so sorry. I don't know why that just like wanted to come out of my mouth. I had to preface, I'm sorry for the language, but that's like the energy I'm getting. Like, you are going to be like a boss of your life, master of your own universe. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to master things. You're gonna, whatever it is that you want to do, like, you're gonna become the master of that. You're going to really come into like your life path. And it's funny because I wasn't trying to do like an overall energy for like a long time, because this is feeling very much like somebody's life path, like something that's happening long term. And my other readings were kind of more, you know, like for this month. And this reading is very much for like the foreseeable future. So whoever's watching this, yes, you've had hard times, but it's your rebirth time. It's time to take control back of your life. This master of your craft, whatever it is going to look back at this time when you were down and, you know, it just felt like really like overkill, like, can anything else go wrong? Kind of, that's the energy you get from this card. So this person's going to look back at this and be like, I am so glad that happened to me, because if it didn't, then I wouldn't be where I am today. So, whew, that's a lot of, it's a heavier reading. It's more, it just feels like it's more, like a permanent kind of thing. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this reading. I was surprised at what came out tonight. I think that the Halloween veil Samhain time is giving like a whole nother energy to things, way more clarity. So yeah, if you guys are into divination or reading tarot cards or whatever, I suggest doing it during this time, because it's just like a whole nother vibe to do it during this time. So let me know if you resonated with this. I love to hear feedback. But with that being said, that is your Hunter's Moon readings for October. For the full moon, let me know what you guys are doing for the full moon. Do you make moon water? Do you do ritual? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you do during the full moon. I love to hear it. Love to hear all the magic. If you just lay in bed, cool. Like, I want to know what you do. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.